There was a friend of mine who had a coffee shop in downtown South Bend. She wanted to go on and get her master's degree. And so she started a business, then she sold it to someone who bought into her vision and expanded it with their vision. And it's a win-win for both parties. So that could be what you want to be. Or you want to be a franchiser. You want to go out and buy a franchise. I always mention Subway. Subway has a low entry point financially to get into, but also you look at McDonald's or Burger King. I have a friend in Wisconsin who has a couple hundred Burger Kings, and she's a franchiser. And she's wealthy as a result of it because she identified a franchiser as one who buys into an established organization and they give you the step-by-step methodology to grow your business. And that's one way that you can be an entrepreneur with low levels of risk in comparison to starting from scratch. But any way you want to attack it, you need to have a business plan. And as such, after you have this great and wonderful business plan, you have this roadmap to share of how you're going to build a business and grow a business, and you lay it all out. It's just a piece of paper or a paperweight without going out and getting funding for the venture. So let's spend a few minutes of our segment here to talk about how to identify and find funds. So seed capital. Seed capital is what everybody needs to grow a business. Many entrepreneurs rely on personal savings or loans from business associate, family, friends, and the like. One candidate running for president most recently said he can go out and talk to your family about getting funding to establish a business. Well, yes, that is one way to start a business, through seed capital. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. It could be a smaller venture than a McDonald's, which takes tens of thousands of dollars to start. You may want to start something smaller. It could be a tailor shop. It could be a tech company. But now you have business incubators will provide you that seed capital to get established. That could be a micro loan as well. SBA is a great place for that. But then also there's a few other places, but debt financing. You know, one thing to do is your small business, the SBA we mentioned before. The SBA is a place that provides funding for startup businesses. But if you go to a bank right now with just a business plan with no collateral or anything to support the plan or the financing of the business, quite often you get turned down from a traditional bank. You may want to go to a credit union or the like. But at the same time, what the SBA does, they will guarantee a loan. After you've been in business for about a year, you can look to getting a guaranteed loan from the Small Business Administration. And then as well, equity financing, funds invested in new ventures in exchange for part ownership. There's a television show right now, something about dealing with sharks. And what they do is they look at your plan, and if it's a good plan, they bid or negotiate with you to buy a portion of the business, to establish it, to grow it, to expand it. You may already be in business and you want to expand and go to another level, then you will connect yourself with one who is an equity financer, or one who will buy into the business alongside of you for a portion of ownership within the business. And then you have venture capitalists. Venture capitalists are business firms or groups of individuals that invest in new and growing firms in exchange for an ownership share. They just want to share, but they're also, and they understand, they've been entrepreneurs themselves, and they realize what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. And they may give you the money, buy into your idea, into your vision, into your venture as a capitalist, meaning that they want to make money too. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money. So that's one way. Or they're an angel investor. Angel investor is wealthy individuals who invest directly in a new venture in exchange for an equity stake. So they're angel investors, those are individuals who get it. And what they do is they like to use their money to grow a business, to help you catch your dream. And so angel investors do exist. I say look at Innovation Park if you're in St. Joseph County, or Innovation Park in your neighborhood, in your community, wherever you may see this video. And so let's go to some locations. I gave you what you need to have and where to find it, but let me give you places to find it besides the SBA. There are a few websites. Isabella Capital, what they do is they invest in women startups, female startups. And so their website is Fund Isabella. So if you're a woman-owned company, there's a great place to go to identify funding for female-owned, women-owned businesses. Springboard Enterprises is a great place as well. They like to get you started. Springboard Enterprises.org. They are what their name says they are, a springboard, a launch pad. Buy into your idea, invest in you to give you a chance to spring forward and start your company. And then U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, great place to go to look for funds. And you don't necessarily have to be Hispanic, but if you are Hispanic, it's definitely your first stop. And then New Venture Capital Association. This is another great location, a connection, organization. You may even want to become a member. It's nvca.org. That's where you want to find a variety of venture capitalists who you can share your idea and they can look into the possibilities of funding what you want to achieve. And then the old faithful, SCORE. Wonderful organization. It's located in every community. We're here in St. Joseph County, and through our Chamber of Commerce, there is a SCORE they're connected to. What they do are there's retired executives who are willing to give their time and their expertise, their wisdom, they're sages within the business community, and what they'll do is they'll assist you with growing your business, establishing your business, so you can cut out some of the mistakes that they already made previously. So look at SCORE, score.org. And those are some of the key places that you can identify to identify funding. A good place to get started. Now, people always think that, sometimes people think that you have to have thousands and thousands of dollars to start your business. That's not true. It's not always the case you have to have thousands and thousands of dollars to start your business. You can start with, for instance, my first business idea as a child was I sold newspapers. That was the very first business I had. I had a business where I sold a sports newspaper, and I had to take a little bit of my weekly allowance, put it aside, save up money to buy into the company, buy some papers, then to go out door to door in my neighborhood and sell them. I went door to door in my neighborhood selling these sports magazines. I'm certain people who purchased subscriptions to the magazine didn't buy it because they wanted to have the sports magazine. They bought into the salesman. Quite often, it was just me, a little kid going door to door. That's how I started, and I found that there was money in that. My next venture was an entertainment company. I started that out of a need. I wrecked my car, needed a way to make some money, and so the need generated the idea. And what I looked at, I did my own SWOT analysis, what was my strength, and I found that in this particular entertainment company, I could grow and establish and identify wealth. And so I went into that. And then whatever it may be, sometimes the need creates the idea. So don't be afraid of going out and seeing something out there that is a shortcoming. What I said before, an entrepreneur is one who identifies a need, a problem, and they provide a solution. You can do it. It's possible. The entrepreneur is in you. We're all called to something by our God to whom we serve, who's called us out of darkness and brought us into the light, called us out by name. And then so he breathed the breath of life in each and every one of us to establish us to be the spokesperson for him, to let our light shine. Your light could be that your job, your calling could be wealth creation, job creation. We're in a down economy. More jobs aren't necessarily coming, but they can come. When I worked at the SBA, 95% of jobs that were created in America came from a small business. Yeah, a small business. It's not the Fortune 500. It's not the Fortune 20. There's only a couple, less than a handful of Fortune 500 companies in the state of Indiana. So it's not going to come from them. It's going to come from you. So grab the horns, grab the vision, plant the seed, walk by faith, not by sight. But when you walk by faith, have a plan. So when you do stumble, and you will fail at some point, but it's okay. Look at it as a learning experience. I believe in you. I trust you, and I know that you can do it. I know you have the wherewithal and the will, but you have to go outside of your comfort zone. You have to do something new to get something better. Now, remember this, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Come back and join us again at Empowered Living. Go to our website, iempowered.org. On our way out today, please enjoy my friend Armani Hill and True Foundation with their song, Hold On. I love you.
This is your boy J-Dub, collaborating with Armani Hill and the True Foundation. Let's sit back and listen.
Come on, somebody. If you've been through a trial and tribulation and didn't think that God was there, we got something to say. Come on, True Found. Just say,
I'm tired of being alone.
I'm tired of stress.
I'm tired of stressing on my days. Work got me singing songs.
Got me bluesing.
Losing about cloudy, cloudy days.
I wish they would.
Just fade away.
Also, God, just send my tears.
Send my tears away. Because I know that greater lives in me
Then He.
than he that is up in this
Then lift up your voice and sing this.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
A little while longer.
Though they slay me.
Just a little while longer.
Yeah, when I trust Him, He's greater. Come on. Any trial and tribulation you may be going through, just know that God will see you through. Come on, just hold on a little while longer. Yeah. You might feel like throwing in the towel, but I come to tell somebody this: God will never leave you nor forsake you. So turn around and listen to yourself and say, no matter what,
I put my trust. My faith is strong. Keep holding on.
I gotta keep holding on to you. Keep holding on and be strong.
I might be stressed.
I might be going through
Very
something,
place make me a
but
mess.
hold on, yeah.
I won't let go.
I won't let go.
come on, DB.
The enemy tries to come to block my way, trap me up and put me in a maze. Oh Lord, I know everything will be okay. So I gotta keep up.
We interrupt with this special announcement.